Bringing you the round of 32 of the FIFA World Cup 2026 between Canada and South Africa. Currently it's 0-0. Sorry for being late. Enjoy the rest of the commentary. First half, 0-0 Canada.
Jonathan David was something to work for. It's a throw in against Canada. Further up the pitch this time though. Earning some territory.
You can put your comments in the comments.
He's missed it this time. It's cleared by South Africa.
Make sure you like
great catch. Ball's flying past him. Taken quickly though by Canada. Further up the pitch with a different ball. South Africa reaching around and launching that ball into the air. Miller is now back here supporting. To the feet of Tetteh. Canada, better spell of possession here. Cornelius and Bombito seeing some of the ball, but wrong end of the pitch, of course. Ball played forward by Zaliba. Zaliba tries to find the feet of Olofsei. Doesn't catch him. They are putting pressure on the South African defenders though, because they're trying to play the way out. They do very well. It's a nice reverse pass. Ball's been played long. He's brought Johnson off his line to try and apply the pressure at Police. Does find a teammate though. South Africa in their own half. But still getting the better of the Canadians so far. Just very comfortable on the ball. Goalkeeper Williams pulled his feet once again. Nate Ocon. The two centre backs are in company here. The goalkeeper formed a bit of a triangle there, just trying to draw the Canadian towards him. For what purpose, I'm not really sure, since he's not making any progressive passes forwards. Modiba is forward, but he's overlooked. Played through the middle. I think it's Sittle who gets on the end of it. Now over into that right-hand side. Mudau. Another long cross-searching pass. Going to go out for a throw though. Yeah, referee does blow his whistle. The header was decent by Modiba, but ball had already crossed the line before he headed it back into play. So it's Johnston on his right-hand side, halfway into his own half with the throw-in. Zaliba was driving that ball forward. He gets chopped down. Big shout there. Referee listens and awards the free kick. Leaves the free kick for Bombito to take. Some options further forward here. He's taking a short. Bombito is still with the ball at his feet, so it's a quick one to Johnston. Bombito tries to thread the ball through, but it's cut out by the striker. Now the ball launched forward. It finds its way all the way through to the goalkeeper though, Kripau. A few times South Africa have done that. Just those balls through seem a bit too heavy. They're just a bit too fast for them perhaps. 20 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0 here. Just a couple of small chances, nothing major just yet. Hands on the back of the Mudau there as he was trying to press that ball back. He finds Williams. Williams swaps play to the side of the pitch. He's got Bukazi. Canadian strikers trying to charge the ball down. South Africa very, very cool and collected under pressure, must be said. Miller brings the ball back, pulls further through. It's a late challenge there on Oluwazi. Referee's calling this one back. It's going to be a free kick there. Very dangerous position. Oluwazi, late tackle there by Ocon. Ocon came straight through the back of Oluwazi. Free kick in line with the outside of the 18-yard box on this left-hand side, but a good 30 yards out, I'd say. So what can the Canadians do from here? Eustakio is standing over the ball along with Miller. A couple of options here. I'm expecting Eustakio to take it since he's on the corner kicks as well. Good in-swinger. Just needs a touch. It's whipped in by Eustakio. It's a good header. It's straight towards the goalkeeper. Completely free header. It's number 13, Cornelius. All the time in the world, he heads it straight down to the ground, right into the goalkeeper's hands. Any side of him there, and that would be a goal. That's the first. It falls to Canada. And it falls to the centre-back. Number 13, Cornelius, but now South Africa are driving forward into the Canadian penalty area. Takes a couple of too many touches actually. Feeds it back. Good ball, good discipline to not just panic and kick the ball aimlessly. But still stack here. Cleared that. South Africa do still keep the ball. Nearly on the halfway line though. Ball is threaded through beautifully once again. Over to the Modiba on his far left hand side. He's lost it though. Buchanan clears the lines. All the way it goes to towards South Africa's goalkeeper, but Mr. Mbokazi who collects the ball. Passes it to Williams. Williams did not want to run for that one. Allowing his centre backs to do the running for him. Nicely done. I think it's Mbokazi who just drifted past David there. David came running in to charge him down, and Mbokazi just knocked the ball past him and he was gone. First hydration break. It's 0-0 here, but very, very nearly could have been 1-0 to Canada. Cornelius with that header. A bit disappointed to do better with that chance. But that's what football's about sometimes. You need to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, make sure you score the next one. So the water break taking place just now. There's entertainment going on the screen. The stadium is an impressive facility. But let's face it, I think those hydration breaks will disappear very, very soon. Next season will start, I suppose. The club season. I don't see the Premier League or La Liga or Bundesliga introducing hydration breaks. At least I hope not. At least you'll see. So it's worth noting. There's been a couple of goals obviously scored by these guys in the games, and Jonathan David. Jonathan David scored 3 goals so far, which puts him joint 9th goal scorer in the tournament. I think that was helped by the 6 goals they scored against Qatar. Also on the bench as well, 26th goal scorer, 2 goals is Larin. South Africa do not have anyone who scored more than 1 goal so far in their team. So Canada have a fair few at the moment. South Africa are missing that main man, which is good. It means it's more of a team game. So 2 goal scorers just for South Africa in this tournament, Maseko and Mokoena. So let's see if that changes as this game progresses. Will they be able to find a new goal scorer amongst their ranks, or will one of their players get their 2nd goal of the tournament? Yeah, David has scored more goals in the 3 games so far for Canada himself than South Africa has in the entire tournament so far. So statistically, you'd expect Canada to be smashed in the room. Promise David, so the brother of Jonathan David, has also scored a goal. So the 2 brothers for Canada scoring the goal. You'll see the restart pretty soon. The water break is nearly over. Referee is happy. All players are back in place. Eventually, I don't know what he's doing now. Seems to be just doing some dancing. Thumbs up to everybody. Good, he's ready to go at last. So South Africa with the ball at their feet. It's with Mbokazi and Williams. Falling into a familiar pattern here. Let's see if that refreshment will instigate an attacking threat in this game. Launched over the top by South Africa, but all the way through to Krepal. It goes. Quickly passes it out to Cornelius. Cornelius finds the man on the left-hand side. He does very well to turn his attack at his defender. Still bursting forward is Larea. Larea into Miller on this left-hand side. Recovers the ball once again, just bundling his way through, tackles flying in from South Africa, blocks and stuff, but just manages to recover the ball each time. Now Johnston, back he goes to Bombito. Johnston taken out off the ball, a bit clumsy by that South African. Johnston trying to get back to his feet, but very, very foolish. Canada on this left-hand side now. Miller, once again, he can't get the ball today, which is good. You want to get the man into the play, get him driving down the left-hand side, trying to create some chances. Seems like Canada are honouring their 4-4-2 at the moment. Miller on that far left-hand side. Back he goes to Larea. Into Stekio. So get backwards and try down the other channel. Ball's fired over towards his right-hand side, Buchanan. Johnston feeds that ball into the middle towards Zaliba. Zaliba is challenged from behind, loses the ball. He's won the ball back though. Good tenacity. Very nice from South Africa do win the ball once again. Just possession in this game is swapping left, right and centre. It's continued into this second quarter, should we call it. Ball does find its way all the way through to Krepauder. South African man is wincing at the moment. He's a little bit out of action just now. I think it's Apollos. He's struggling, but we're playing on. South Africa won't put the ball out of play either, so Canada will feel it's just to just keep going. South Africa do win the ball though, out to Apollos. Apollos looking for an option. Looking for an option there on the right hand side now. He's played it back towards his defensive pairing of Ocon and Mbukazi. Ocon back to Mbukazi. Pass the ball on quite nice to themselves, but under no pressure at all. This Canadian pairing up top of Oluwase and David. They are starting to wake up now and charge down a little bit, but to no avail. South Africa just passing between that triangle of goalkeeper and two centre-backs. Still there, not really using any intention to drive forward. Fans are getting a bit unrestful now because they're jeering, demanding that at least try and play the ball forward at some point. It's 30 minutes on the clock and Williams is standing with the ball at his feet, just standing, waiting. Finally decides to kick it long and he does pick out a teammate. It finds, I think it's Sitoli finds, the ball is fired through onto this left-hand side. It's number 10, it's Mofokeng. Finds ball towards the back post. It's saved by the goalkeeper. Krepau was pouncing on that one. I think it was Makopa was eyeing that. His eyes lit up as that ball came through Maseko as well at the back post. But Canada very, very low in the end. Johnston back to the goalkeeper under a bit of pressure again by Makopa. Ball long. That Miller with good control, a bit loose from what he intended, I expect, but does manage to keep the ball in the end. Mugao gets that ball out for a throw-in. Mugao, number 20. Very, very, very forcefully forcing Miller to play that. Ball does fall to Larea, takes the throw-in. Gets the ball straight back. It's being forced backwards though. All the way back he goes to Bombito. Bombito, loose pass there for Johnson. Johnson has to fire the serve to the right hand side. He does so. David, much deeper than he's supposed to be. He's not in the danger area there, but get much of the ball in the danger area, so to drop a bit deeper to help out. Bombito fires that ball through, tries to just play a long, sharp, incisive pass towards the top man. South Africa launching this ball to safety, just getting it out of there, waiting for Canada to come forward once again. Canada pushed into their own half now. Bombito picks up the loose ball. Bombito over goes to Cornelius. Cornelius, the best chance of the game so far, worth adding. A header from the free kick. Just teammates will be kicking a switch play over to Miller on the far left-hand side. Is completely free. Decent vision, just unable to execute the pass, not high enough. South Africa able to pick that one out. Before it got anywhere near Miller, to be honest. All bouncing around in the middle of the pitch. Buchanan is now there in the middle. Tries an overhead clearance. Bounces off the South African midfielder's head. Falls kindly to Miller though. Miller is driving on that left-hand side. Has to go backwards. All the way back he goes towards the centre circle now. Bombito. Plays the ball out to Buchanan in the space on the right-hand side. Buchanan beats his man. Nicely done. Just a shimmy of his shoulders. There's Johnson driving forward. He's been cut out though. It's Apollos who's sliding in there. He's won the goal kick as well. Kicked off the shins of Johnston. Very, very nicely done in the end. I think it is Modiba who was beaten by Buchanan. It's Buchanan. Just gave him a shimmy of the shoulders. Flying around the corner there. And Apollos cleaning up, helping out his winger. Doing his defensive duties from the attacking purpose. South Africa now with the ball between the defenders and the goalkeeper. Falling into that rhythm once again. Doesn't last as one of those. Modiba gets bored pretty quickly, just launches the ball up the pitch. He does find who is in for Maseko. Maseko with a very cushioned header in towards the feet of Makakopa, but unable to get the end of it. Once again, ball's been turned over. Canada just passing the ball straight to South Africa, so it's happened a lot in this game so far. Unforced errors. You can find a statistic for that somewhere, but it's not the greatest, to be honest. It's both teams guilty of it. It's Canada driving forward now on the edge of the 89 box. Miller into the feet of Oluwase. Oluwase struck it to the goalkeeper's hands. Nice and easy in the end for Williams. But need to be a bit more careful with this ball. Number of interceptions and unforced errors is high. South Africa driving forward on the edge of the right-hand box. He's taking a slip though. Allows the defender to recover. Larea is out there with him. Now Miller comes flying in, concedes a corner kick. Doesn't need to do that. There's one South African over there in the shape of Maseko. Maseko managed to get it. He just slipped the final moment. Not what you want, but recovers quite nicely before he's then pestered by Larea. Larea gets support from Miller, but Miller concedes the free kick, the corner kick in doing so. So not necessarily what we'd expect from a supporting midfielder. Corner kick, first corner kick of the game for South Africa. It's played into the middle. It's a decent cross, headed up into the air. It's not put out. Now it's gone out. Goal kick. It's a bit patchy this game so far. Both teams still trying to settle into it. Canada probably the more confident of the two teams so far. They've had a couple more chances. One big chance anyway. And it goes to the right-hand side. Krapau finds Buchanan. Buchanan to Eustachio. Fighting hard for their Oluwase. He was crowded out the ball, but if the play was coming away with the ball, he was straight on his back, that's for sure, jostling for possession. David intercepts that one nicely. He's losing possession once again. South Africa, I think, is Ocon, who is trying to play out to this left-hand side, but cut out, but he shouldn't be. It's a relatively straightforward pass for these guys, but both teams have fallen victims to that state, but now it's played straight into the penalty area. Apollos using a very, very dangerous position there, and Bombito with some classic defending. Slide tackling, the final moment there just to knock that ball out to play for a corner kick. Second corner kick in quick succession for South Africa. Oh, it's gone for a goal kick. Don't agree with that. Bombito with a very good tackle there, because Apollos was bearing down on goal. So we're expecting to see a strike on target at least, but Bombito with a last-ditch tackle seems to have come off the attacker's legs as well, because the referee or linesman has awarded a goal kick. It's a free kick now to Canada on the far left-hand side. Larea just inside South Africa's half. 10 minutes or so of this first half of football. Still 0-0 in Los Angeles. As Canada and South Africa slog it out. It's going to be a long game if it stays like this. As they slog it out in the first of the playoff matches. Bombito. He's all the way back to the goalkeeper. Kripo nearly charged down there by Mac Gorpa. Managed to find Larea, on the far side. Larea, and towards the feet of Miller and Larea, linking up nicely on the far left hand side. The right hand side's been a bit quiet recently with Plenty has pitched one into his cut off in the end. Tries a cute little back heel. Buchanan is equal to it, picks up the loose ball. Tries to put to it, picks up the loose ball. Tries to feed that into Zaliba. Zaliba gets the ball back to the defender Bombito, but he's completely wiped out by the midfielder. I think that was Tetteh who just came straight back, leaned into it as well with his shoulder. Knew exactly what he's doing there, Just charged him with his chest straight into the back of Zaliba after the ball had gone from behind. Very naughty. If the referee does anything on that, but hasn't as yet, allowing the game to flow. No bookings so far. So I'm not sure how long that'll stay. I guess the first yellow card can't be too far away if challenges like that are flying around. What's going on here? So there's a free kick due to be lined up. Maybe Saliba was receiving some treatment on the pitch. Seems to be the case. Taken by Krepal. It's a long ball up top. Forms off the back of Oluwaseyi. Buchanan picks up the loose ball. Bombito tries that. He's tried that a few times now with a threaded through ball. It's not worked once yet. Maybe just waiting for it to happen. Oluwaseyi fouled his right hand side for Canada. He well to protect the ball, just got his body in the way. I think it's Tetteh once again, who's gone charging through the back of him. Just a free kick to Canada. It's down towards the corner flag, but not towards, it's not in the corner flag, it's down that kind of pocket down there in line with the 18-yard box. Let's see what Canada can put together here, because they made a very good opportunity last time. They had a corner kick, a bit of a different angle though to work with, so on the other side of the pitch as well. Plenty of pushing and shoving going on. Referee's starting to intervene a little bit. Osei very aggressive in his attempts to break free of his marker. Got his hands up in the air, there's plenty of shoving in there. Osei with the header, he rose the highest. Goes over the bar there. So these corner kicks there, the referees are being asked to clamp down on the pushing and shoving, etc., but it does not look like anything's being done because everyone's just grabbing and shoving and pushing and pulling. It's a little bit chaotic in there. Marshall's happy with that at all. It's left of this, but not expecting much to see this out. It's just fizzle. Ball finds its way all the way. Does a great turn on that left-hand side. He's bought himself some space and time now. Jinkson's way through, tries to feed it through, misses the pass. Johnson picks up the loose ball, nearly misses his pass. It's fed its way back to Miller. Just missing that creative spark. The ball is threaded through towards Johnson. Johnson takes a touch. It's just off the toes of Oluwaseyi. And Canada looking a lot more promising now. That is a lot better going forward. A bit more incisive. But they did lose the ball a couple of times in the build-up to that, but South Africa returning the favour and returning possession to them within a split second. It's a little bit manic sometimes, but Johnson was bursting forward there, just gets the touch, nearly enough on the ankles of Oluwaseyi. It's between Jonathan David, who was behind the defender, and Oluwaseyi, who was free. Let's see if South Africa make something happen for themselves, because They've been a little bit quiet the last 15 minutes or so. We do have a corner kick now to defend. So Canada again, plenty of pushing and shoving expected in the penalty area here. Referee's having a bit of a forward to them. Bombito looks like the target man here. Plenty of players crowding around him. Ball is played in. Bombito with the header. It's cleared off the line. That's why they're challenging him. It's volleyed. It's still bouncing around there. Buchanan. South Africa lived to tell another tale because that was very, very close for Canada. Nearly opening the scoring. I guess they're going to check for handballs and stuff in there because that was bouncing around like crazy in there. It was a good save by Williams in the end. But it's Bombito with a great header. Manages to break himself free. Keeper is beat. It's cleared off the line. And then it's the rebound. Buchanan comes flying out. The goalkeeper Williams to block Buchanan from getting his shot anywhere near goal. It is Modiba on the line with the clearance. I think South Africa will be buying him a beer as soon as he returns home. But the rest of the team were quick to react as soon as that ball came back into play because Modiba saved South Africa just before half-time. And then Buchanan with a second attempt just kicks it straight at the goalkeeper who comes charging out, stretches big, make himself as hard to beat as possible. And Buchanan unable to get the ball past him. Best two chances so far for Canada. From set pieces, first one a free kick with Cornelius, the centre-back, and then the second one, corner kick, falling to Bombito, so that seems to be their way forward. Meanwhile, Miller breaking forward, getting towards the penalty area. He's just fed that ball through Larea. Larea's just been tackled behind that penalty. I think this is going to be a penalty. He's kicked his leg as he's gone to swing for the ball. Eustachio is asking the referee. The other players are swarming the referee. Eustachio is asking the referee for it to be checked. Larea is still on the floor, holding his knee. With that, looks like it could be pulled back for penalty. There's 3 minutes of added time. And one of those 3 minutes, we may be seeing a penalty for Canada. But Larea went to kick the ball, didn't touch the ball, South African defenders. Larea's leg, he went to swing to kick the ball into the middle, totally taken out of play. Larea, the defender, got the slightest of touches, literally the slightest of touches. That could be very, very decisive. I don't think it's going to be a penalty after all, but that was the finest of touches. It's like the top of his studs touched the ball. We're very, very lucky there because that would have otherwise been a clear-cut penalty in my eyes. Mudau was chasing back. Eustachio is still asking the referee. I think they're checking. They've said it's not a penalty. He's just explaining. So the referee, the Portuguese Pinheiro, obviously Eustachio knows Portuguese, so maybe speaking his native language, but play on. Great tackle. Mudau, absolutely needed that one. Goalkeeper with a huge kick coming up here. It's everyone in his team and from Canada's team out of South Africa's half, all in Canada's half. The sun's just come out, which is nice. Saliba with a great ball forward. He's done that on the turn. He's clattered after the ball's gone once again. South Africa seems to be leaving a little bit in all of the tackles. Every time the ball is passed away, everyone's getting hit. It's a bit of a tactic there to deter people from passing the ball, I guess. You know. But ultimately, right this second, it stands 0-0. It's the dying seconds, and Williams, the goalkeeper of South Africa, is standing with the ball at his feet. Just trying to coax the Canadian attackers to come forward.
The first half is over. The score is the match South Africa. Canada is 0-0.
From Jonathan David, this is coming into some space for Oluwaseyi. Oluwaseyi takes a couple of touches. He's working his way through. He's tripped. He's not tripped. It's just a tackle. Maybe should have released the ball a little bit sooner. Oluwaseyi tries to charge down and win that ball back. Doesn't manage that. Ball fired forward by Johnston. Oluwaseyi nips in there and steals that ball. Free kick this time though. I think he's waiting for the right time to award the first free kicks. There's been a fair few tackles lately, but referee's checking his watch. That's going to be half-time. 3 minutes on the clock. It's 0-0. Canada with a couple of good chances so far, but unable to break the deadlock. It's a clearance off the line by Modiba. It's about it. Otherwise, relatively uneventful game. See you back in 10 minutes' time. Hopefully picks up. Referee makes a couple of changes or something, not sure. But everyone's running over to the referee now to try and challenge about the penalty incident. But it was a touch. Bombito is intercepting with Jesse Marsh and telling him to go away. Just good to see the players telling them, managers and such, to not bother. Anyway, see you back in 10-15 minutes' time. Ciao.
their backline. And I think like they need to.
After first off,
attacking
submissions
because
from
I've not
people.
seen the best of Oluwasi and Jonathan Davis has been very quiet in the first half. They need to revamp the attack. They need more boys, and I think that Alfonso David at this point they should give him a taste of the tournament.
Okay, after 90 minutes, which team is likely to qualify after 120 minutes?
I think Canada still have a chance of qualifying because then they've been able to utilize the phases of the game, including set pieces. They just need to put at the back of the net. Once they do that, I think the whole complexion of the game is going to change. So far, Canada has been the best side, and they even have a lot of us on their bench that they can count on. The second half, you see the way the South African laterals are playing. At some point in time, they can't continue with the same energy. Modao and then Modisi. So that is Diba. So that is when the Canadians can also bring in the likes of Ali Ahmed and then Larine, and then maybe that could be what could get the damage. There's also Alfonso Davis on the bench. Okay. Maybe at some point in time, they can count on him. I think Canada will get this done.
A take on that one?
Yes, I seriously think South Africa has not been threatening in this game. Canada, for me.
Okay. Well, we're going back to the LA Stadium for the second half of the match involving South Africa and Canada. For now, it's goalless. After 90 minutes, or maybe, just maybe, 120 minutes, there'll be a team that will qualify for the last 16 of the 2026 World Cup, this stage by the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Over to the stadium.
Buzzer was the only player to lose his place from the final group game. Vital win against Korea Republic. Return from suspension for Mokoena. There's Mokoena, number 4. Key part of this man's challenge to take this historic run. Hugo Broos a stage further in the last 16 matchup against either the Netherlands or Morocco. Canada, as we've said, did have the better opportunities in that first half. Cornelius, with a close-range header, he should have done better with. Pompito's header beat goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. Modiba was back there to make the clearance off the line. Well, you're always going to be on television looking like that. What a magnificent sight. Official introduction now for Mbata. Plays for Orlando Pirates, the current South African champions. Didn't see too much of the highly talented 21-year-old Mofokeng in that first half. Circumspect would be a word that you could apply to that first half. No risks taken really, and a few chances created. South Africa really yet to work. Crepeau in the Canada goal. Madua.
Original 91.9 FM.
Well, you just wonder, don't you, whether there was a slight injury, Mofokeng, because it was such a good first half performance from South Africa. Didn't give away too many. Mbate given an opportunity, maybe with a slight injury from Mofokeng.
Here's Johnston. Just about kept that in. Flagstay down and Miller way wide of the target. Wonder whether Alistair Johnston actually kept that ball in.
It was so close, wasn't it? Would have been looked at. Looked like it may well have done, but still, Miller wasn't to know. He bounced towards him. technique to use. He didn't do it very well.
Hook on. Heavy pressure here. Smooth back pass to goalkeeper Williams there.
Zero, 50 minutes, 8 live. 0 watching. 5th live. South Africa take the free kick quite quickly. No goal kick, sorry, not for throw. No goal kick. Williams on the ball, saw plenty of possession in the first half. I think we're seeing more possession in the second half. As has slowly count down the clock towards penalties. And the push there from OSA. Twisting and turning, Miller comes in to help out. Now on the ball, there's a throw-in, just line with the South African 18-yard box on his right-hand side. Throw-in goes straight to Canada though. There's plenty of possession overturning in the first half, just unable to get the ball moving for 5 or 6 passes between the two, like adventurous passes, right? Not just between the defender and the goalkeeper. Neither team really managed to do plenty of unforced errors. South Africa now proving they can pass the ball around a little bit there. Modiba fires it in towards Tetteh. Feeds inside, they've lost the ball now. That's it. David gets back in time. Miller with a nice heel back into some space, bit of composure, bit of time. Mustakio in towards Saliba. Saliba passes too much. Buchanan could not bring that in, and then concede a free kick just on the center. Accessibility live. $52 minutes live. Judged were fouled. Back they go though. All the way back they go. Bukazi fires it up. Really nicely done by I think Apollos loses the ball though. Saliba picks it up. Saliba tries to pass it forward. I don't want to know what the pass success ratio is of balls forward in this game, but it can be very, very, very small. It's really not clicking for either team today. Possession turnover is really high. And pass completion rate going forward is pretty low. The main man today, Mr. Williams, he's having plenty of touches of the ball. He finds Bukazi once again. A heavy challenge there. Driving forward, I think it's Bukazi. He lost the ball and was just trying to make up for his mistake against Buchanan. He's gone down holding his ankle now, but it wasn't a free kick as such. I think he was just so keen to recover from the mistake that he made. I think there's any time contact. Mokoena. It's Mokoena down actually, it's not Bukazi. The central midfielder. Be a throw though to Johnston. Johnston does find an option down the line. He gets another throw though right on the line of the 18-yard box. I don't think he's a long throw specialist, but he's definitely taking the throws on the far side. Towards the near post at least, bounces round before South Africa clear the ball. Buchanan picks up his ball, finds its point over to Larea. Larea to Miller. Miller jinks and turns one way then the other. South African defender slips, gives Miller some time to find his pass. Goes backwards though. Saliba bringing the ball forward. Johnson on the right hand side. Johnson trying to make some space for himself. He gets the ball cut out though as he tries to feed it through. He's cut out by Apollos. It's another throw, another long ball, another long throw here for Johnson. Maybe a little bit more trajectory on this one rather than being a looping throw-in, but a bit flatter perhaps. Johnson's given the signal. Going for the throw towards the near post. It's flipped on. That was it. Oluwase tried to flick that one on, but he flicked it on behind the goal. And a real challenge to the goalkeeper either. Long ball forward, trying to scoop that into control there. Matt Gorka finds a man, finding his way through the middle. South Africa digs it over the top. Larea clears that ball nicely. Larea kick to the face. Wasn't on purpose, but Larea's remonstrating with the referee quite aggressively, not necessarily the best option since he was holding onto the guy's shirt in the penalty area. You might want to review that one. It's number 5 of South Africa who was in there. I think it's the man who's just come on actually. Mbata. Over comes the left hand side. Ball. Larea. That ball was a little bit too far ahead of him, not fast enough to pick it up. Jesse Marsh getting a bit frustrated now too. Too many times the ball's just being passed to no avail, no ability to control the flow of the ball. We expect the team to be able to pass the ball a bit better than this at this level. The goalkeeper goes long. The ball is flicked on, it's being chased down by David. That's it, the referees judge that to have been a foul. He's given to South Africa in their favour. It was a push from behind, must be said, by Larea. A bit of frustration creeping in for him now. No one can really argue about that one, but the Canadians try to. 608 passes it back into the defender of Ocon through the legs of Miller. It was a professional foul there by Saliba. Man got past him and just pulled him back by the waist. No arguments once again. Canada starting to lose their disciplines. A few times they've made unnecessary fouls there. So missed the tackle and just grabs him by the hips, prevents him going past him. Here's Mudau. Just drinking some tea. If I go quiet for 2 seconds, I'm a very hot cup of tea. Long ball forward by Williams. Finds the feet of Mudau. As well. Still passing the ball backwards though. Not really finding the rhythm. Or is it confidence? I'm not sure, but not finding the momentum to move forwards. All the way back to Williams, the goalkeeper again. It's plenty of time on the ball again, plenty of time, plenty of possession. And definitely up there in the stats sense for South Africa today. Not necessarily the man you want to have the most possession, but he is the man who's got the most possession. South Africa now driving forward. Plenty of space to walk into. Nice one-touch football here by South Africa onto this far right-hand side. He can play it behind him. Does well to recover. Does he got the overlap? Junking inside, twisting inside into the Canadian penalty area. Decent pass, overhit. He's pushed him right into the corner flag from the penalty area now. I have to restart. A little bit back they go. Mbata involved there as well. All the way back to the centre-backs now. Play to the far left-hand side. The ball is whipped in towards the back post. Goalkeeper, safe hands. Krepau needs to get that because right behind him, I think Maseko was waiting to pounce on that cross. Not big enough to challenge for it against the goalkeeper, the big man, but was willing to feed on any scraps in case Krapau could not deal with it first time. So a loose pass forward by Canada once again. South Africa gleefully pick up the loose ball and they stop passing between their defenders once again. 10 minutes of the second half gone. It's very much the same as the first half, to be fair. We were hoping and praying for a slightly different tone of game, but Canada winning the free kick. There was a pulling on from behind. Number 12, Mr. Maseko, was pulling on Estacchio, I think it was, and Estacchio was going down holding his face. I don't know how much contact was actually made, but you can see it's definitely down on the deck. And a bit of discomfort there. He's pulling on his shoulder. But I think as he's gone down, he's fallen on the heel of the player. As you can see, they're kicking the head, but totally unintentional, totally accidental. But yeah, he was kicking the head there, that's fair enough. Might need a couple of minutes here to recover, because that's going to be painful. Might be seeing some Canadian substitutions soon. Well, they've got some players to call on in the shape of Larine and Alfonso Davies, though I think Davies is a little bit still lacking match practice, or might be injured again, to be fair. We'll be seeing a couple of added minutes added to the end of this because Estacchio is down on the deck. There's an anti-clockwise Mexican wave on right now, which is confusing. Usually they go clockwise now, but it's supposed to be an anti-clockwise. Meanwhile, there's a chance to check out the fans in the stadium. The cameraman doing some good work. This anti-clockwise Mexican wave, which is, yeah, should not be allowed. It should be clockwise. A couple of changes have been made for Canada. So it's Zigor and De Figueroles, one for Bombito and Zaliba. Zaliba just got a yellow card, so Bombito's passes forward have been pretty poor, to be honest, as well. So let's see how these boys shape up. Zigor reigns from, where's he playing his club football? Looks like it's Hashtag Split. 22 years old. Canadian. Must be a dual citizen with a name like that. And then De Figueroles is playing his club football at Tetteh. I've heard of Tetteh. Or is that Belgium? Long ball forward. It's cut out by South Africa. I think you're watching the ball as it's bouncing around. Millar wins the ball on the return. Ball played all the way back to Cornelius. He's got a new centre-back partner now. Into OSAU, into Jonathan David. Trying too much there. Estacchio back up on his feet, that's good to see. Plays into the feet of Miller. Miller into across the penalty area. It's cut out by South Africa though. South Africa now clearing their lines. The referee gets in the way and now sits to drop ball. There was hardly any contact, but Canada did win a ball in a very advantageous position. You can sense why they're frustrated, but the referee did intercept that. I don't know how much contact he actually made, but as the ball came through, I think it's Cornelius who got that, recovered that possession and be frustrated by that, but it did hit the referee. That's enough of that. So South Africa now wallowing on the ball, not sure what to do with it. Back to the goalkeeper they go. Canada allowing them to have it there. There's no real rush from Canada either, by the looks of it. There's 30 minutes left to go. Fans feeling a little bit frustrated, which you can understand. It's necessary, but definitely feeling frustrated by this because South Africa just willing to wait and allow Canada just willing to let them just wait. So a little bit of a standoff between the two. Anyway, the ball's back in play. Millar has lost the ball. I think he's just conceded a throw in there as well. This way trying to pick up the ball for a throw, and it wasn't his. Nothing really coming from that either. Could have been a tussle for the referee to get involved with, but worked itself out. Ball played forward by South Africa on the far left hand side. Great, huge introduction tackle by De Figueiredo. I'll then say his name at some point. Figueiredo. That sounds reasonable enough. Back to Williams it goes. South Africa. Jonathan David has taken the bait. He's gone forward and Williams just launched it forward, so it does anyway when he's uncontested, so may as well just charge him down quicker, save some time. Ball all the way back it goes again to Mbokazi. South Africa change play. Someone's just gone down this. Eustachio has just gone down holding his ankle. He's waving for attention, but he's still down on the deck. Canada needs to get this ball. 10 men on the clock. Oh, shot from distance, come past the far post. That was Apollos, and he saw the opening. Goalkeeper just sailed by. He just dinked the ball to the right hand side by him. Substitution up there. I think Eustachio was waving and seemed to be in severe pain, but now he's back up on his feet and bouncing around, so not been too bad after all. Throw into South Africa just in front of the Canadian bench. Ball is thrown backwards though to Ocon. Just 11 shots on goal in this game so far, 7 for Canada, of which 5 on target, 4 of them from Canada as well, so a very, very tepid affair so far. Nothing to get too excited about, but the game is opening up once again. Canada have had a few chances to be fair. Ball with him behind. Buchanan applies the rocket launchers to try and get in there. Buchanan with the tackle. I think he's just won the throw in that. Right next to the corner flag on the far right hand side. It was Mbokazi who tried to hurdle Buchanan, who came sliding in, was unable to keep that ball from rolling over the far side to go for a throw into Canada. Let's see what Canada can do with this one. Cornelius is coming up. We're going to try a long throw. Over the ball in his hands. Let's see what he's aiming for. They've not been the greatest so far, but the first doesn't include the first man once again. May as well just go short next time perhaps. Ball dinked over. Nope. Straight through to the goalkeeper. Williams, ball in his hands. That's Larea who tried to just dink that ball over. A bit too adventurous. So South Africa in the throw in here, down this just inside on the right hand side line with the 18-yard box. It's breakneck stuff end to end. Alfonso Davies is watching on. They're expecting him to come on soon. Canada driving forward now. Ball has been fed through. Is driving forward at pace. Great strike. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. He's coming in. It's been cleared off the line once again. And Canada was so close once again to getting that goal. It was Miller with a through ball. Bursting through the middle was Oluwase. Real test there before Jonathan David came in, just desperately trying to get on the end of that ball. It flipped up into the air for the goalkeeper save. But you never guess who was there. Mbokazi with a tackle, getting that behind for a corner kick. Goalkeeper completely stranded. Jonathan David coming in for a clear. He just needed knocks that out for a corner kick. As that corner kick is now coming. Number 5. Read into that what you will. The Canadians are all lining up. Ball is whipped in at pace. Decent cross, decent header. It's bounced off the defender's head. He's just come on. Mr. Dave Figueiredo was able to steer that towards goal, but it was a free header for him. Another good chance for Canada. As a good through ball. It's a good through ball. Oluwase decent. He was outstretched in the end. He's stretching to try and reach that ball before the defender got to it or the goalkeeper. Williams does very well to close it down. Celebrates it well, as you can imagine, because it's a great double save. First time from Williams, second time from Mbokazi. Williams on the ball. Into the feet of Mokoena. Long ball for straight through to the Canadian goalkeeper, finds Kripal. So there's plenty of games coming up, obviously, since it's the first of the knockout stages. We're going to be seeing a couple of games straight after this even, so stay tuned. Take a look at what's coming up. You'll be seeing Brazil against Japan tomorrow evening, and Germany against Paraguay straight after that. So I'm hoping that gets legs. I'm supposed to be playing football then, so I'll be disappointed to miss that, but there we are. Free kick to South Africa on the far left-hand side. Zigor has just won, playing his trade in Croatia. Hydration break. And we're halfway through the second half, and what can we do? Canada's had a couple of chances. Referee's just explaining some of his decisions to Jonathan David, who's asking a question. He seems to accept it. He's been a very good ref so far today. Nothing's been there'll be a hydration break for the players and nothing's changed. The referee, the managers haven't changed the shape, haven't changed tactics, haven't changed much except personnel, but it's been like for like effectively. So who's gonna make the first move? There's my cup of tea. I need a hydration break too. Canada all circling around Jesse Marsh as he tries to deliver some sort of game plan perhaps. But at the moment it's very flat. Canada have looked the most likely, of course. They've had three very, very clear-cut chances, but South Africa are holding strong. It looks like South Africa are already playing their penalty takers, to be fair. Looks like Canada are making a change here. I think Alphonso Davies was warming up just before the break, so maybe we'll see him straight after the hydration break or a little bit thereafter. Jonathan David, he's been the danger man for Canada so far today. He's been in the right place at the right time, unable to get a real effort for himself or striking goal, but of Juventus at the moment, I think it is. Check that, actually quite good chat nonsense. Yeah, Juventus. I think he's out of contract actually, so he's looking for a new club. Based on what we're seeing here, been linked with the Premier League quite a bit, so I don't know who's going to be taking a gamble on him. But 26 years old, still plenty of potential, plenty of promise. He can score goals for Juventus, although he only scored 6 so far this season, but formerly at Lille, he's smashing them in 16, 19, 24, 15, 13, 18. He does score goals, not quite in the Serie A. Serial goal scorer. Be interested to see where he ends up next. There is going to be a substitution here for Canada. I'm expecting it to be Alphonso Davies. It's Promise, David, and Schaffelborg is coming on, so no Alphonso Davies. So Schaffelborg on for Miller. Schaffelborg is playing his football in LA, it's LAFC, so I don't think they play their games here, so it's new territory for him too. Whereas Promise David is currently straight over in Belgium. There's no change in structure just yet. Might be a like-for-like swaps here. Let's see who David came on for. I think he's come on for his brother, but for the other striker, Oluwaseyi. Yep, Oluwaseyi. So it's the two David brothers up top for Canada. Proud moment for Mama and Papa David. I'm sure they played plenty of football when we were younger. I don't know what the age gap is, but Schaffelborg with a decent headed ball lifted over the top towards Jonathan David. Promise trying to link up his brother there. Canada not got on the ball though. South Africa driving forward. Free kick. a little bit too determined to get on the end of that one. It was Larea. Sigur getting a yellow card. Don't know what that was for. Something said to the referee, I don't think he was involved with attacking that. South Africa launched the ball down the right hand side. Into the goal here. Yep, it's going out for a throw in to South Africa on this right hand side. Referee's let the game run quite smoothly, which is nice. I'm calling up every single physical altercation. Game run. Portuguese. South Africa regained the ball, actually. It looked like they'd lost it, to be fair. Now they're coming onto the far side. There's a man on the overlap there who's completely free. Fortunately, Canada managed to get that ball away, otherwise they're in serious trouble. Cornelius with a good clearing header. Larea on this left-hand side, pulling on shirts once again. He's doing it quite a lot. He needs to be a bit more sensible there, otherwise he's going to get plenty of free kicks against him. But in fact, I say that, but the referee's giving nothing, so keep doing it, I guess. All the way to the far side of Mukazi. Now Modiba, a bit quiet the second half. Buchanan, Modiba getting tangled up, comes away with the ball. No idea how that was the case. And as he blindly drove in, he just kicked the ball past Johnston there and just tried to run straight through Johnston. Sigur even was over there, he's just been booked. This one was clattering Modiba. Need to be careful, don't want to get sent off here because it's going to make things a lot more harder for Canada. Well, might open the game up a little bit because South Africa are very, very passive at the moment. Williams on the ball. Again. He does pass it short and gets it back quickly. Once again, fans tend to get frustrated that Williams has seen so much of the ball again. They thought that was finished with. All the way back he goes to Williams once again, being charged down by David. Johnson David this time should start to clarify between the two. Launched forward by South Africa into some space. That was a hit and hope, and it's beautifully done over to the far left hand side. Now South Africa have an extra player over here. This could be dangerous for Canada. Ball that's not across. All the way across it goes. It's retrieved though. Did very well to recover that ball onto the edge. 18-yard box is struck from distance over the crossbar. It's one of the stewards. Hope they're okay. But that was Mudau who came flying in there with a strike from about 25 yards out. Way over the spot. May have been out as well. No doubt, I think it was kept the ball in. So, struck from distance. Bit of a hopeful kick. That's a change. Last change for Canada, and it is Alphonso Davies. For the last 15 minutes, the captain has entered the game. Can he work some magic for his Canadians? He's on for Buchanan. This is Alphonso Davies' moment. This is where his World Cup really needs to kick on. It's a chance for him to do something magic for his team. He's straight on the ball here. The ball's been kicked away by the South Africans. It's a free kick to Canada. Davies on this left-hand side is taking the place of Miller. Taking short. Ball played forward, trying to find Jonathan David. Jonathan David does get the touch. Still trying to find that ball now. Promise David get involved now too. South Africa do come away with the ball onto this far left hand side. Nice side. It's slid away by Johnston. Johnston finds a teammate. It's been kicked away. He's found Davies. Davies' first touch. Played that ball with pace onto the edge from just Promise. It's just gone flying past the near post. That was a great attempt. I think it was Promise who is teed up by his brother there. Alphonso Davies threw the ball in, and then Jonathan David teed up to his brother, got out of the way, cleared the wide pathway from the defenders, teed up for Promise David, and Promise has struck that ball like an arrow towards the near post, and it's just gone past. Goalkeeper, full stretch though, he did not have that covered. That could be a sign of what's to come. Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, and Promise David linking up. All the Davidies. If your name's doesn't start with D-A-V-I, then yeah, you should be nominated team. That's the rule. Williams with the ball at his feet once again. Canada, they might want to have a bit of a spring in the step right here now. South Africa down the right hand side. It's a great interception there. Nicely done by Larea into Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies, great touch. He turns two players, fires it back to Johnston. Johnston finds his teammate. On to the left hand side comes Cornelius. Cornelius fires it down the line. Kept in play by Promise. So Alphonso Davies, bad pass once again, but did well to recover it. Alphonso Davies is fighting hard there. South Africa just can't smash the ball away. No even intention of controlling the ball, just kicking its way as far as possible. Nearly fell to Polish though, but Johnston gets in there and gets the return ball burning down the right hand side. Feeds it in, gets the ball straight back. Needs to start keeping this ball with Stachio. There's some players with some good clubs here. So Porto, Bayern Munich, Juventus, plenty Celtic, plenty of big European clubs here represented. Alphonso Davies drawing the defenders now away from Stachio. Alphonso Davies on the left hand side, completely on his own. He's got to play with him now. Jilts his way into the penalty area, finds it through to Jonathan David. He struck it towards goal. Goalkeeper saves. It's still bouncing around. Alphonso Davies takes touch. He's looking to get that ball under control. He's towards the corner flag area. He's on his. He's going to throw in. He's had an impact so far. He's come on. Everyone around him seems to be a bit more up for it. And Alphonso Davies is definitely making things happen. He's not afraid of taking people on. He's not. It just seems to be a step ahead in terms of where the pass is going to go. Here he is. And the ball tries to thread it through the defender's legs. But Mudau shuts shop. Ball is thrown in to penalty area. It's cleared straight away by South Africa. Defender trying to catch the ball to relay it back to Alphonso Davies. Davies has the ball in his hands, back into play. Davies tries to feed that ball through. It's cleared once again by South Africa. There's a big push on him there by Jonathan David. He's tumbled to the ground, Mudau. Just one sub made by South Africa so far. Canada have made all 5 of theirs already. So no more throws of the dice left for them. South Africa have 4 more to go. So let's see Eustachio. Back to Cornelius. A bit more control on the ball now. To the left hand side, Eustachio. All the way back to the goalkeeper goes. What you'd expect to see now that they've got these promising flair forward players on the pitch. More direct perhaps. It's 10 minutes, 11 minutes from normal time. Davies on the bench. You see the difference with the way he's passed quickly. It's the way he just hits the balls. Alphonso Davies misses that header, goes out for throwing to Canada. Eustachio gets that ball back to Cornelius. Larea for Eustachio. Everyone's woken up a little bit more now, Canada. They seem to be more alive, controlling most things so far. South Africa haven't put anything together since Alphonso Davies came on, and the misplaced passes from Canada have disappeared, or at least reduced. I don't think it'll ever disappear, but definitely reduced. Driving forward here on this left-hand side, Alphonso Davies completely isolated. Ball is threaded through, or attempted to be threaded through. Mudau, however, picks up the ball. Dummies the clearance for Alphonso Davies, who took the bait. Cornelius picks up his ball. Out comes Alphonso Davies into the feet of Eustachio. Picks up the ball once again. Ball is that's a power pass to Jonathan David. South African midfielder who picked up. Very peculiar. Just poor passing from both teams once again. Just as Canada looked like they'd shaken that loose to go and commit the crime once again. On the right hand side, Jonathan David, greatly done, just Pass that ball into the middle with Johnston. No, cleared by South Africa. From the right hand side, South Africa try and under pressure though. Canada have a massive spring in the step now. A second wind. Johnston adjudged for fouled. Modiba, on the far left hand side. I guess that's the case that Modiba was playing for it, but there we are. Jonathan David. Dropping a bit deeper just to get involved there. Did well with Johnston. This is a strike early. It was a great save by the goalkeeper once again. Just put himself a little bit of space, drilled it towards the face. The goalkeeper had his angles covered and ultimately just pushes that ball away. Johnston with the head on. Wins that ball. Johnston picks up the ball under a bit of pressure now. Launch that ball forward. He's found Promise to give him some support. Promise tried to feed it through to Jonathan. Did not work out. Alphonso Davies on the far left hand side. I think he's trying to let Promise know that he's there because Promise was going straight for his brother. He held it a bit longer, that's right. He's rushed it perhaps. Williams with the ball in his hands. It's the final 10 minutes of this game before added time and penalties. Hope it doesn't come to that because I think I'll fall asleep. South Africa. It's controlled to begin with, but South Africa player ran past the ball, allowing him to pick it up from the other side. He looked very cool anyway. Definitely not intentional. Johnson with a late tackle. The player bearing down that left-hand side was good to stay on his feet because he could have made a meal of that. And the Johnston controlled the ball is threaded through. It's played in towards Promise, but it's cut out again by South Africa. It seems like South Africa are just picking up on the scraps here. They're driving forward now though. They've lost the ball again as they're driving into the final third. They just lose that touch. Alphonso Davies on this left-hand side. He's beaten his first man. The second man gets in the way though. Alphonso Davies still trying to get back now. The injuries were playing on his mind there. He wanted to give and go there, but just couldn't open up. South Africa now pushing forwards. So final 10 minutes here. Both teams not looking like they're going to go for it. Canada looking the most likely, but South Africa no doubt. Definitely most time on the ball. Ball launched forward, picked out by Makoba. It's not had much to do this second half, to be perfectly honest, so it's good that he's still alert. Apollos driving down towards the Canadian goal. Takes it one way, takes the other, shot from distance. Great save by the goalkeeper, and he keeps hold of it as well. He's just been clattered there by Maseko, but he's okay, nothing too aggressive there. Great diving save there. Good save by the goalkeeper, Krepau. He managed to recover the ball. Didn't hold it first time, but gets the second. Ball played into the middle by Canada. They were on the edge of the 18-yard box there of South Africa, but the ball played in was a bit lapse, a bit loose. And South Africa clear the ball again. It's Cornelius with a very naughty sliding tackle there. The referee waves play on that. Was interesting. Definitely expected a free kick there to South Africa. Eustachio plays in Davies on the left-hand side in line with the 18-yard box. Step over's coming. Alphonso Davies has lost the ball. There were 3 defenders there and just trying 10 step overs. Needs to use the ball a little bit earlier. Don't let the occasion get to yourself. And it's South Africa on the halfway line, driving past everybody at the moment. Bursting past. Man who's on a yellow card already. The Sigur, who's hassling there, trying to win that ball back from Tetteh. A couple of substitutions coming up for South Africa even. So Reyners and Moremi are coming on. Reyners for Makoba and Maseko coming off for Moremi. Been a tricky evening for them. They'll be disappointed they didn't get more of the ball or more opportunities. So maybe they'll have another game after this to make amends. Because the winners of this will face either Morocco or the Netherlands. Very, very tough encounter. Both those teams are very good. I think Morocco might even, based on recent form and such, be higher in the rankings than the Netherlands, but the Netherlands are a very good team. South Africa. The ball at their feet. There it goes, whipped into the middle, cleared. Cleared from deep. Promise trying to get in the way, but Jonathan David's going to get in the way now. He's headed over the top. He's driving. Oh, he's nearly got through there. Schaffelberg, who is on that far right-hand side, was desperately trying to get that touch on the ball to take it beyond the defender. It's a late tackle by Larea. You might see another yellow card here, but the referee's not just telling Larea to calm down. It was a late tackle. Larea thinking you immediately. Head was down, he was looking at the floor, not the referee. Good clearing header by Canada. It's a long ball forward by South Africa, but it's cleared first by David Roj. It's a throw in South Africa, taken quickly on the halfway line, on the left-hand side, building up from there. Ocon into the feet of Mokoena. Canada's leaving the ball back now. It's 5 against 3. Alphonso Davies bearing down on the 18-yard box. He's pulled it back. There's no one there. That was not the right call. South Africans were pouring backwards to try and defend, and that's exactly where Alphonso Davies played the ball. Need to go across the face of the goal. That's where the man advantage was. That's where Alphonso, the David brothers were sitting. Alphonso Davies thrown into the final decision there. South Africa with the ball way back with Mudau. Mbukazi. Canada the ball again. Out of the pitch. McGrath is throwing that. He's kept it in. Nicely done. Modiba. A bit in disbelief though, because the linesman, if that was still in, the linesman kind of gave him a thumbs up and he kept playing. Play to the whistle, my friend. Play to the whistle. Ball coming over to the right hand side. Mudau. Decent touch there. He's lost the ball. That was a bit of a template by South Africa. Driving forward now. Tackled. Not quite away, South Africa. He's won a free kick. There's Cornelius, who is clattered in. And Cornelius with the big shot afterwards. This is the challenge from Reynolds, but well within his right to challenge for that ball. So I think people there. Looking for Canada coming forward now. Ball does not stay in play. That's a poor pass forward. Aiming for Schaffelberg. It was not his fault though, because he'd gone out miles away from where he was standing. South Africa. Ball with the 2 defenders. Back to the goalkeeper now. Williams. He's not touched the ball in a few minutes, I suppose, so good to keep his stats up. Oaken. On the edge of his penalty area, so just toying with the ball. No one really charging him down. None of the David brothers up for that nonsense. Falls backwards here. Goes backwards. Neither of the David brothers again bothering with that nonsense. 5 minutes of added time before we're forced into extra time, so open for a goal here. Come on Canada, come on South Africa. Long ball forward. Pistachio gets in the way there, nicely done. Ball forward, Johnston is cut out by South Africa. South Africa now play the ball forward. Kicked out once again. Ball played forward by Canada. Now it comes to the feet of David. He tries to find Alphonso Davies out for a throw-in on the left-hand side. Alphonso Davies looking for a quick throw, but no options for him. Jonathan David's just walking back, but fair enough, Alphonso Davies can play, but David has played 19 minutes of football. Coming forward, Dave Fugurolash. Fugurolash plays out to the right hand side. Schaffelberg plays in towards the middle, cleared by the defenders. Eustachio on a strike, it's a goal! Eustachio has struck it from about 20 yards out into the bottom corner, and that is just what Canada deserve, because they have been the most aggressive, most promising team going forward. They've really tried to score here, and that could very well be it. In stoppage time, it is 1-0 to Canada, and it's Eustachio with the Canadians in the stands are celebrating jubilantly, and that's very well taken goal. Eustachio, we've all seen the replay of that, because hard and low into the bottom corner, no nonsense. Drilled it. Goalkeeper beaten. He's had a good game as Williams, heavily involved, but it's well worked by Canada. Ball's played into the middle, it's clearing header. Eustachio takes it down and just drills into the bottom corner. Eustachio taking no chances. 3 players around him. Goalkeeper quick to react. His vision was blocked, and just plants it right into that bottom corner. Exquisitely done. That's what a Porto Champions League style player does for your team. They seize those kind of opportunities, and that's the difference so far today. Jesse Marsh is celebrating. All the subs are on the pitch. South Africa have 3 minutes now to get something back here. Long ball over the top. It's cleared by Canada. South Africa throws the ball. Another question forward. Johnston picks it up. Jonathan David launched the bat up towards Schaffelberg. Schaffelberg takes a heavy hit there. He's gone down holding his head. Seems to be up on his feet again. That's good. South Africa looking to come forward. On the far left-hand side, Modiba, still in their own half. Get the ball forward with a cut-out straight away with Eustachio. Taking too long there, goes backwards. Might need to go back to the goalkeeper. It can be a first-time clearance, I hope. He's being charged down by... Play down to this right-hand channel. I don't think I've seen the ball here. South Africa all game, and he's just been flagged for offside. Canada are going to take as long as they possibly can with this free kick, without getting any yellow cards, hopefully. I don't want anyone being suspended for the next round. But yes, it is 1-0 here to Canada after what feels like a very, very painful game. It's the joy of football, it's the stress of football. There's celebration between the players, between the fans. It's Canada currently looking like they're going to be lining up against either Netherlands or Morocco. Headed forward, it's out for a throw into South Africa. Just halfway into their own half. What do they have up their sleeves? They've got 30-ish seconds now. Ball's fired. Crossfield pass. That was a 60-70 yard. Taken down beautifully with control. I think South Africa have just woken up. That's incredible. Schaffelberg launches it right up the pitch though. It's going to be in the sense of rugby, that's a great territorial kick. Right into the corner. 1 minute of added time. So there's going to be 6 minutes of added time instead of just 5 from the goal. Now South Africa coming forward in towards the penalty area, cleared by Cornelius. Had a solid game back there. Not too much to do, to be fair. Schaffelberg tries to clear that ball. Good comes away limping, holding his shin. Play on the referee says. The referee had a very good game. South Africa camps on the edge of the Canadian penalty area. The referee's kind of getting in the way there. Over to the far right hand side it comes. It's Mudau. Straight into the feet of Polis. Polis twisting, turning, struck it towards the penalty area. It's cleared. Eustachio out to, I think it's Promise, and it's just hit it straight down the line into the channel. The referee's taking a look at his watch. Still 30 seconds to go. Not really paying attention to the cries of desperation from Canada, saying it's the end of the game. Schaffelberg with it headed out for a throw-in. Halfway into the South African half we come. Goalkeeper, safe hands, that's it. Klepau comes and here's that ball. A bit of arguments going on between the South African player and Larea. Don't know what's going on there, but number 14, Mbokazi, he's had a solid game, doesn't need to get involved. Canadian teammates telling Larea the same thing, you don't need to get involved, what's the point? Keep it simple. That might be time, I think, after this free kick.
The match South Africa, Canada has ended. The final score is 0-1.
Long kick, and as soon as he kicks it, this referee's going to blow the whistle, and that will be Canada through to the next round of the World Cup. That's it. Canada players are down on the deck celebrating. It took a goal from Estekio, and that was a very, very well taken goal. This game was a very, very dire affair. If they're going to make it through the next round, they're certainly going to have to up their game, because the Netherlands or Morocco wait for them, and those two teams are very, very good. Canada, congratulations. See you in the next round. First team to make it through, of course. Bringing games thick and fast over the next few days. I hope to see you there. Take it easy. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup 2026, the match South Africa Canada has ended. Scoreline: South Africa 0, Canada 1. South Africa 0, Canada 1. Just on the 91st minute, South Africa conceded from a lovely goal from Canada. South Africa 0, Canada 1. South Africa 0, Canada 1. And South Africa are going back home. South Africa are going back home. South Africa go back home. So South Africa are going back home. The prayers of Africa has come to pass. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is Chris Tetteh channel on YouTube. And we thank you for listening. God bless everybody for watching. God bless you. We ask you to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Then we plead with you that you should promote this channel. Put it on your Facebook page, every social media platform, every group, everything, every channel. Put it there so that people will see. Help to promote this channel, advertise, and your life will never be the same. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Greetings to everybody, and peace be unto all of you.
Finish. Finish. End stream. Select to speak. End. Button. Out of list.